Hey guys, so today this video is going to be a little bit different. I got some good news, I got some bad news. First of all, I just want to get this off my chest. Floor 12 has been kicking my butt. I have not been able to clear floor 12 for a few days now. And this isn't going to be your guide video for floor 12, but I will give you some quick tips, I suppose, on what I've found out and what I've learned from continuously trying floor 12, chamber 1 and chamber 2, along with, I guess, chamber 3. I'll say this right now. I did get to chamber 3. We cleared chamber 1 and chamber 2. I got 0 stars on chamber 1 and 3 stars on chamber 2. So I'm able to collect those primo gems. But yeah, this floor 12 is definitely rough. It definitely is. Okay, so it's no surprise that floor 12 is a big DPS check, and to help with that, because I'm only using 3 characters, I ended up switching to Animo main character for this floor. I use Animo main character to group the Whopper flowers in one spot and let the Cryo Slimes just follow along and walk towards me. I try and gather all these enemies together as much as possible, as well as using the Animo main character to try and generate some orbs for Xiangling, because this floor is all about pyro damage being increased. So I'll try and use main character, switch back over to Xiangling. You can see the elemental particles going towards her, so we can try and build up her ultimate again. But yeah, this stage is pretty straightforward. It's just a DPS check. Group the enemies together as best as you can, and then just try and do damage to all of them. Preferably have a pyro user on your team. Okay, so second half of chamber 1 was painful for me. What I normally do is I start off with Amber's ultimate just to break the Cryo's shield first, so I can immediately start charge attacking, because I'm using a 4-piece Wanderer's Troop for 35% increased charge attack damage. I'm also remaining in the aura and trying to ignore everyone else around me and focus solely on him, because he's the one that makes those ice prisons, and I want him out of the way as soon as possible. And every now and then, you see the archer to the right. I'll end up shooting the archer in the face, because with Amber's passive, hitting a weak spot will increase our, I think, attack damage by 15% for 10 seconds. So my main focus is every now and then, I'll just make sure I shoot the archer, get that increased attack, go for the slimes, try and charge attack them down with our 4-piece Wanderer's Troop. And whenever there's an aura that appears in the center, make sure to go to that, because it increases your attack speed as well as your damage. So that was what I did for this first wave of enemies. And now for the second wave of enemies, I start off by charge attacking the Abyss Mage just to break the shield. Pop Kaya's ultimate, pop Lisa's ultimate to create super conduct around the the Cryo Mage. And then I just focus on auto-attacking with Amber, so I can see, because normally when you're aiming down sights, you can't see the ice prison forming underneath you, and that's very dangerous, because sometimes it'll just get you killed. So I'll just focus on auto-attacking, super conduct with Lisa and Kaya, decrease his physical resistance, and then just auto-attack. Now, I did mention I'm rocking a 4-piece Wanderer's Troop artifact set on Amber, which increases our charge attack damage by 35%. However, the bow that I am using is a compound bow, which gives me physical damage bonus. So my bow and my artifacts, they're clashing against each other. They're not synergized at all, and I don't have the appropriate sets for my characters. I'm just trying to make whatever I have work, is basically what I'm doing. And Amber is trying her best. But yeah, my focus was mainly go for the Abyss Mage first. Try and burst him down as fast as humanly possible that I can with Amber as my main DPS on the second half. And then I can focus on the Cryo Slime and the Archer. The same thing that I did for the first half, shooting the Archer in the face every now and then for increased attack, and going for the Slimes for extra damage and paying attention to the auras that appear around the stage. You know what's worst of all? Any new people coming in here thinks I haven't beaten this yet. That's what hurts the most. They think we haven't beaten this. And they're Pepe laughing. And they're like, I doubt you can beat this. And then I lose more energy and I'm just like, oh no. Alright, we're on Chamber 2. So technically what I meant in that comment was, I already beaten this stage one time. I beat it once and I ended up getting 2 stars. But when I made it to Chamber 3, some of my characters died on the second half. Kaya, most importantly, and I needed him. So I decided to go back and repeat and do Chamber 1 and Chamber 2 all over again, which was pretty draining in my opinion, because these chambers on floor 12 take a lot out of you. You know, it drains your stamina, but it also drains your energy IRL. You know what I mean? The main focus for the stage, I just want to say, is focus on the archers. Try to ignore the Whopper flowers as much as possible. Just let them hit you. It's fine as long as you have a healer. You can heal back up. So as you can see, my main character is about to die. That doesn't worry me. I am just trying to push through. It's better if you save your ultimate for, so whoever your crowd control unit is, Sucrose, Venti, main character, Animo, whatever your crowd control unit is, try and save their ultimate for the start on the first half, just so you can group the archers together. Normally it's 4 archers that spawn at a time, and they're always across from each other, so I just try to make sure try and build up my ultimate on main character, tornado them, get them all together, try and do that fire damage and just burst them down all at once. Trying to ignore the Whopper flowers and focusing on them after, because I have plenty of time to heal up. This isn't time-based. This is just to protect the monolith. You want to try and get the aggro off the monolith, which the archers are focused on the monolith, and not so much focus on the Whopper flowers. So we kill the archers first, focus Whopper flowers after, and then we can spend all the time in the world to heal up and prep your ultimates for Chamber 3. I see you, chat. I see you. Okay, so the deal with Chamber 2 second half, I focus on the Cryo Slime first because he's the one that's going to be going towards the monolith and he has the aura around him, so he's more of a threat. I try to focus him, burst him down, find the aura that increases my attack speed and attack damage. Ignore the snipers is what I'm trying to do, so I try and jump over their arrows and stuff like that. They're the ones that are going to be aggroed on you. They're not going to be aggroed on the monolith like the Cryo Slime is. So burst down the Cryo Slime first, and then try and go towards a direction where the cryo or the snipers are not going to be shooting the monolith while they try and target you at the same time. Also, you may have noticed I just stood still because I didn't want to take any chances running around and the ice prison appears and it catches me off guard as I'm aiming down sights with Amber and then I just die. It didn't matter how much health I ended up taking because the archers, like I said, are focused on me and not the monolith. And since this is not time-based, I can take my sweet time, heal all the way back up with Barbara, farm my ultimates on Lisa, Amber, and anyone else, and then just prep for the second wave of enemies. And now when the second wave of enemies come, there's going to be 2 snipers that appear in a Meta-churl, so I will immediately put down Lisa's ultimate and hard focus the snipers and not the Meta-churl because they will be focused on the monolith if you don't give them attention. And we want to make sure that the monolith is above 60% health so you can get 3 stars on the stage. It's probably one of the easiest stages to get 3 stars for floor 12 in my opinion, at least the one that I was able to get 3 stars on. So we just try and go back and forth as you see here. I'm sniping one and then quickly trying to turn around and snipe the other one. Just going for some headshots here. But yeah, once they're done, we take our time on the Meta-churl once again. We farm our ultimates and store up, or we heal up with Barbara and we take our sweet time. He's not going to lose aggro on you as long as you're giving him attention and, you know, you're in range. So we make sure we get our ultimate back on Amber, Lisa, heal all the way back up, and prepare for the third and final wave of enemies. Alright, now one quick thing I want to point out is there's 2 Abyss Mages that spawn, one that has an aura underneath him and one that does not have an aura underneath him. Believe it or not, The one that does not have the aura underneath him is the threat in this situation. Now, the one with the aura is spawning the ice prison for you, but as long as you're cautious and you look out for it, no big deal. But the one without the aura, he is the one that's going to be aggroed on the monolith. The guy with the aura is going to be aggroed on you. So your main focus is to burst down the Cryo Abyss Mage that does not have the aura. And every now and then you'll see me just break the shield on the Abyss Mage that has the aura, just because I don't want him to throw like the icicles falling from the sky on me. And then we'll go focus our attention straight back to the guy that does not have the aura, because we want to make sure he dies. If he ends up regaining his shield, he is going to one-shot the monolith. We're at 62%. It'll go all the way down to 0%. And as long as we don't let him regain his shield, they won't do damage. Because if they do any damage to the monolith, it's going to go all the way down to 0%. You know what I mean? 100% of the time, it's going to go down to like 0%. So we have to just try and continuously stagger him here with Lisa and Barbara. Throwing Baron Bunny right next to him does the trick as well, just to help me. Anything that you can do just to stagger him and prevent him from re-shielding, just burst him down, focus him first, and then you can take your sweet time with the other guy. And I was able to charge up all my ultimates on all the characters that mattered. Let's go. Who was here?
Go, Barbara, go!
Charged up all my ults on all my characters. Full HP, 3 stars, chamber 2 completed. Who the fuck was here, guys?
Go, Barbara, go!
Who the fuck was here? As you can tell, I was a little excited. Because I was trying at it for quite some time now, and I kind of regret that I ended up beating the stage with only 2 stars, and I really wanted to get 3 stars, so we went back and did it again. Best case scenario is because with the final Abyss Mage down, we can take all the time in the world, heal back up to full, and regain all of our energy and ultimates for the final chamber, Chamber 3. All right. So we walk back to let them walk towards us.
Another test subject.
Okay, so normally when I start this fight off, I'll stay back a little bit and let them walk closer to me, because periodically throughout the fight, an aura will appear on the stage. And being in that aura, it'll increase your attack speed and attack damage. So if I can lure them into the aura while I can stay in it, we'll be doing increased damage. Unfortunately, that's not how it worked this time. But my main focus here is trying to dodge the ice prisons, the ice cage that appears as much as possible, and burst down the Cryo Fatui, because he's the one that has the aura underneath him. He's the one that you should be focusing on first. And now a lot of people asked me, Envy, how do you plan on dealing with the electric guy's, his shield, the electric Fatui's shield? Now, we don't have an ice user on this team. If you do have one, I do advise having an ice user on your team. Now, if you don't have one and you're in my situation, Animo main character is a good substitute if need be. Now, periodically throughout the fight, this floor 12, will give you the cryo debuff on your character, which you can see at the bottom of the screen with the snowflake symbol. And if you use any of your Animo abilities, it'll absorb that cryo, which you can use against the electric Fatui and break his shield. So at the moment, we don't have a debuff. We go on main character. We wait for the debuff. Any second now. There we go. Cryo's on our character. We use our Animo ability. And as you can see, his shield goes down. Just like that. Not all of it. We have to wait for our Animo main character ability to come back off of cooldown. Then we can do it again. Drop him. Paralyze him. And then let Xiangling, or we're healing up with Noel here because we want to prep for the second wave of enemies. But yeah. You get the point, right? You can make it work with Animo main character. So I found out what helps me the most to stay consistent on this first half, which I feel like I get good timing, at least for my team comp, I'm not sure, is focusing on the Animo Boxer first, because whenever we disable the Electro Fatui, which it's hard to do because I have to wait for the Cryo debuff on our character and then use Animo main character's E ability twice, and then we disable, and after all that time spent, Animo Boxer picks him back up off the ground immediately, and we don't get to do much damage. So I make sure to kill the Animo Boxer first, and then go for the Electro Fatui Skirmisher. Now, if I had a Cryo user on my team and I could easily disable the shield more efficiently, I'd probably change up my strategy. I'd probably go for the Electro guy first and let the Animo Boxer just take collateral damage or something like that, and then I can get them both killed at once. But yeah, my main focus was trying to focus on Animo Boxer as best as I could. $5.50 on the clock, not bad, not bad. Second half, all right. And now this is where it goes downhill. We have 5 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, and I normally get this time whenever I come to the second half. There's only 5 enemies, but our main DPS source is Amber, and we also have these falling icicles coming out from the ceiling here to interrupt us and stagger us. Now, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing on this stage. I'm like mixed, because like I said before, we have Wanderer's Troop artifact set, which gives us increased charge attack damage, but we also have a compound bow, which gives us physical damage. So for this stage, especially because of the icicles, and I want to make sure I jump out of the way, I've been focusing on auto attacking more with Amber. So I try and use Kaya and Lisa to super conduct, and then just auto attack, going for the Animo Boxer first as much as I can here, so we can get down and disable the Cryo Fatui and hit him down in peace without the Animo Boxer continuously reviving him throughout the entire fight. I had to take the punch. Now, I'm not sure what my best time was for summoning the last 3 enemies. Right now, it's 2 minutes. I think my best was like 3 minutes on a different attempt. But I don't know. Even if I had 3 minutes on the clock, I don't know if I'd be able to kill 3 enemies with 1 minute per enemy with just Amber's DPS. If I were to say like who I want to focus here, because I don't really want to give out too many like tips and stuff like that, because I haven't completed it yet, so I'm not even sure like what the appropriate course of action is. My game plan was focusing on the Electro Fatui Skirmisher first, just because he's summoning those electric orbs on the map. That, along with the fallen crystals on the map and trying to maneuver around this place with no stamina, is just a hassle. It's a pain. So if I were to pick one, I'd go for the Electro guy first, break his shield with Kaya, super conduct with Lisa, and then just auto attack him down. And then second, I'd probably go for the Geochancer, since he's always dodging and jumping out of the way. The Cryo guy will just rush you down anyways. He'll come after you, whereas the Geo guy likes to dodge and get away from you. So I'd probably go Electro, Geo, and then Cryo in that order. But yeah, this is the stage that I'm stuck on. Sad news, we didn't get it done. You know, floor 12 is still not beaten yet. And we're getting pretty close, and Fischl's coming out soon, Monday, November 16th. She's going to be out, and she's going to be free. So I feel like if I incorporated her into the party, I'd have 8 members, and I wouldn't have to use 7. I feel like if we're getting this close to beating floor 12, I feel like I can definitely beat it when Fischl comes. I don't know. What do you guys think? But yeah, I hope this video was helpful to anyone who ended up watching the entire thing. I'm still going to be trying to beat this on my Twitch channel. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.